Hi guys, this week, sitting back a bit further from the camera, let me know if you like that. That way we've got a bit more room here for things and I'm going to show things to you. This week, it's IP, intellectual property. I've seen a few people talking lately saying that, oh, I should just convert my screenplay to a novel, or why does Hollywood only want IP? And they don't really understand. I'm not saying they don't understand, I'm stupid, but they don't really realise the implications of IP, intellectual property. It isn't that it has to exist in many forms. It doesn't have to be a poem, a novel, a graphic novel, so it can become a movie. The idea behind intellectual property, or the idea that IP is so successful, or why IP is so successful, is the built-in audience. It's the brand recognition. It's the same reason you'll go see your favourite band or buy their next album, because you understand who they are, you know who they are, they're already famous to you. So Twilight, I remember years ago there was a Borders bookstore franchise, they're gone now, but I was in Borders buying a book, and a young man rolled out a box on trolleys and he ripped them open. All these girls grabbed the books out, and one of them said to the other one, I didn't realise how invested I was in this story. And that's the first time I ever heard of Twilight. Then they all ran over to the cash register, paid for their books, and ran off like giggling and so happy that they got the latest edition of the Twilight books. Now, that's going to be a movie. It doesn't matter who you are or what you want to do. You're making that sucker into a film. If people are ripping books out of boxes as they're getting opened, that is a fan base. If you're going to get your screenplay and change it and write it into a graphic novel, that's going to take you a year. You have to find an artist. Maybe you'll use like AI or one of those to draw your drawings, but I don't know how consistent they are or how good they are. And you produce a graphic novel. Now, the graphic novel industry is just as competitive as amateur screenwriting. You have to find someone to publish it. It's easier to self-publish. Go to Amazon, PDF, upload it, done. No one will ever see it. I've got my books, right? This is the one, Tools Not Rules, the one, if you're going to buy a book, you should buy this book. They make me beer money, and I'm always up front with that. Petrol money. You don't make money out of selling books unless you sink everything into it. You start going on podcasts, talking about your book. You get on the forums, talking about your book. You start paying pay-per-click ads for your book. You go and do talks about it. You put up videos about your book, and you have to really promote your book. If you're going to put all that work into your graphic novel, or all that money and time and effort into your novel, so then you can sell your screenplay, you're better off just being a novelist, because that's a huge amount of effort, just as much effort as it is in selling your screenplay. Now, if you look at your screenplay as a product, it has to have an audience. There is built-in audiences for genres. Horror is the easy one. I mean, I'll watch a horror film. They're cheap to make normally. They're normally limited location. You can have big horror if you really want. But horror keeps coming up with these great things and jumping out at people. Go, I just remember how good it was. Get Out. Oh, people say, oh, it's a horror, it's intellectual, what? But it's got the horror elements. Or Hereditary. Just bang, suddenly jumps up and everyone goes, I remember how good great horror can be. But cheap, nasty horror is easy to make, and a lot of people make it because there's a built-in fan base. There's always going to be teenagers. Teenagers are always going to love horror. They're always going to like the subversive music, the music that rubs against what their parents liked. But horror is one of those things. As you get older, you don't really like horror, so your parents aren't really going to go out and watch the latest slasher films, so that's what you gravitate to as a kid. And a lot of people keep their love of horror. I don't mind it, but there's a built-in audience for horror. So find a genre that has a built-in audience. Don't worry about trying to come up with IP. I want to show you a t-shirt. Okay, there'll be a link in the description. That design was done by my daughter. I get no money from it, but I think it sums up this community. The way I think, and I hope that a lot of the people that watch this channel think, is that we're not part of a herd. We're writing stories, we're not following templates, we're not following rules, we're not trying to be like everyone else, we're trying to tell our story in the most unique way, and that's the t-shirt. I'm buying one, it's on its way. That sums up that opinion to me. Thank you for everyone. Remember, if you like, you don't have to subscribe, really lovely if you would, it'd be fantastic. But if you like something, YouTube will feed you more of that. Not just my channel. It'll figure out that you're an artistic person, you like videos about writing, and it'll keep giving you more and more things along that line. So a like here pays off for you. Also pays off for me. It's a bit of an ego stroke, which I love, but it'll pay off for you as well. Until next time, guys. Oh, thank you for everyone who's been doing these things. And until next time, guys, keep writing. Bye.